Man, if I tell one of them women cops she's fine, all right. Hey, man,
back up.
Whoa, don't touch me.
Up.
Don't touch me, sir.
Back up.
I'm a member of the media.
You're in an active scene. Keep moving.
You're undetaining me? On what grounds did you detain us?
You're possible.
What crime? What crime?
The crime of the man getting shot in the back.
Oh, so you detained me for that?
No,
you detained me
at a time, at a place, not normal. Listen. Do you want to hear? Do you want to hear why I detained you?
Can I get your name?
No.
And why not?
Well, this is first. You said that you have to ID me. No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
This is not a stop and ID state.
Says who?
Hey folks, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, our channel explores public rights, responsibilities, and the complexities of recording in public spaces. Today, we're diving into a real life encounter. Imagine you taking photos of government buildings, totally legal. When law enforcement officers ask for your ID citing security concerns, what do? Comply or stand your ground? In this video, we see three tense but insightful discussions between journalists and law enforcement, balancing public rights and security measures. I have included the links to these awesome channels featured in the video description. So hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and share your thoughts with us.
In the parking lots, man. Make sure you guys are doing okay.
Yeah, we're doing good.
Yeah. Okay, man. What's your name?
For what?
I'm just contacting you. I just have to. So
you have to.
So there's a law that just came out.
Okay.
To where anybody I contact, even if it's consensual, I have to get your demographics that I can
really
say that I contacted you. Yes.
No. That's not the law.
Yes, it is.
Nope.
With Senate Bill 217.
No, this is not a stop and ID state.
Okay, so I have to say that I did contact you.
Okay. Good. You say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And also, when I run the plate,
okay,
it is coming back with a warrant hit.
Okay.
So I just want to make sure that you're not the person.
Nope, I'm not the person.
So can I get your name?
No.
And why not?
Well, this is first. You said that you have to ID me. No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
This is not a stop and ID state.
Says who?
What do you mean says who? It's the law. It's the law,
so
sir.
The law states now that anybody I contact.
Okay.
I need to get an ID so I can say that I contacted you.
No, I don't think so. That's not the law. This is private property, sir.
It is not. It's a public parking lot.
No, this is private property.
It is a public parking lot.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm sorry.
That we're gonna get arrested.
Yeah, you're scaring my kid. There's no point of this. You know, this is ridiculous.
You wouldn't have to scare him if you were cooperative.
Well, no. That's just ridiculous, man. That's just ridiculous.
Okay.
I'm sorry, man.
Sorry for what? For being uncooperative?
Oh no, I'm just not gonna give you all this free information for nothing. We're just sitting here. We're not doing anything wrong. We're waiting for somebody.
Okay, and like I said, when I ran the plate, it came back with the warrant hit, and I want to make sure it's not.
Sorry,
you.
It's not me. Yeah, it's
how
not me.
How do I know that? Because
I'm sorry, it's not me. I don't know.
Because I don't know
what
your
to tell
name.
You.
Until I can get your name.
I'm sorry. I'm not the type of person who releases my name like that.
Name?
No, absolutely not. No, I'm sorry, bud.
Alright, sir, have a good day.
You have a good day too.
We chat about this stuff all the time, and this clip is the ultimate proof that law enforcement officers will say just about anything to try and control you, often crossing the line and violating your constitutional right. Remember, cops need a legit reason, like reasonable suspicion or probable cause, before they can even think about stopping you and demanding your ID. If there's no reasonable suspicion of criminal activity, it's a blatant violation of the Fourth Amendment, which protects us against unreasonable searches and seizures. Seeing an officer spin a web of lies to intimidate Danke. That's not just shady, it's a serious abuse of power. Cops making up bogus claims about warrants or non-existent laws to justify their demands is a trick we should never fall for. In this clip, you can see the officer had no choice but to back down. The idea that cops have to ID and document every interaction with citizens is a policy, not a law. This kind of behavior is pure harassment and intimidation, not real law enforcement, and it has no place in any police department across the country. We need to stay vigilant and informed about our rights. This isn't just about avoiding trouble. It's about standing up for justice and ensuring that police are held accountable for their action. If we let these shady practices slide, we're allowing the erosion of our rights and the principles of fairness and justice. So let's keep sharing these clips, keep educating ourselves and others, and keep pushing for a policing system that respects our rights and our dignity.
America.
What's up, man? You alright, bud?
You all right?
I'm just asking if you're good.
You like America?
We love America.
All right, well, leave me alone then, man. Kid rocks.
Alright, you're fine.
Am I?
You're fine.
I'm attractive, you're saying?
I said you're fine.
You said I'm
You're
fine.
good to be here.
Like attractive?
You just want to argue, don't you?
No, man, like a woman. You think I'm attractive?
If you just want to argue, go about your business.
Man, if I tell one of them women cops
have a
she's
good
fine,
one.
all right.
You have a good one.
Hey, man,
Back
chill.
up. Back up.
Whoa, don't touch
Back
me.
up.
Don't touch me, sir.
Back up.
I'm a member of the media.
You're in an active scene. Keep moving.
I'm actually
Keep
on that.
moving. Okay. Where
Guys!
you going? Where are you going?
I don't have to answer questions in
Okay,
America.
So get out of the active scene.
Wow, you really
Get out of
failed the
active
test.
scene. Cool.
What's your name and badge number? Don't worry, we'll get it. I will. Internal affairs, baby. Failure to ID. How you doing, sir? What crime you suspect me of? 901.151 says I don't have to get ID. Come on, let's not do this, man. This is what we do for a living.
Bring them. Sure.
We're cop watchers. Just bring.
Okay.
Yeah. We're not here causing no trouble.
You ran up on a crime scene as I was
public
standing on
sidewalk.
nowhere.
Actually, he needs brakes, and I said, let's go inside Napa. And we,
sidewalk.
sir,
All three of you ran across the road right there.
sir, we've been walking for 6 blocks to come to
That would be a
Napa.
traffic.
I don't know nothing about your scene, but being as though we're activists and this is what we do for a living, we pulled out our cameras naturally.
That's right.
So after it's not a crime scene, we still want to be able to go in there by brakes.
I can't do my job. I'm dealing with
Yeah, you can.
We're allowed to.
You
You
came over here. No, you came over
have a good day, man. I'm chilling. Okay.
Bring your boss here.
Hey, we're detained. Hey, so we're detained.
I want your supervisor. Thank you. Have your pad. I do. Can I see it? Yeah.
Came over here to get brake pads. Been walking 6 blocks to get brake pads. We don't know nothing about a crime scene. We're cop watchers, so we pulled out our camera. It's our First Amendment right. This is First Amendment protected activity.
We're on a public sidewalk.
This is what we do for a living. We actually film cops. We film police scenes. So that's what we naturally would do when we walk up and there's police jumping out. You understand? We're not here to just film cops. We're here to actually do business with Napa.
Sir, I hear you. Hang on. Sir, what you did, as a matter of fact, was you ran up to the crime scene with your camera around the back of my vehicle. That's why you're detained. Because you're obstructing my investigation. Because instead of investigating, I'm having to push you back off.
It's my Fifth Amendment right to stay silent.
And I see
I have the right to remain silent.
Listen, I'm explaining to you why you're detained. Would you like to
I
know?
don't care. I don't care. I have a look. We do this for a living.
You don't care about why you're detained? You asked me why you're detained. I'm explaining to you. As
Because
I'm
if you-
responding emergency
I'm
to
not gonna
someone
argue
who's
with
been
you.
shot.
Then go
The
take
three
care
of
of
you.
it.
Bro, take care of it then.
Running.
Go take
Take
care
care
of
of it, sir.
Fuck.
Take care of it.
I have to find out why you're here.
Somebody's going to be standing here like
I
this.
feel scared for my life now. Somebody shooting.
Your life?
How did
Oh
you get
yeah,
as far
you're
as
that
you
close
go?
to me.
There you go.
We haven't committed a crime. Why would we give ID?
How's this? Here, how's this, huh? See what we can do? We can play games.
Sir, do you know the ID law is 901.151? And it states that we don't have to.
You haven't had your body cam on
Let's
this
not
whole
yell.
entire time?
It's great.
Are
Hi, how you
kidding
doing?
me?
How are you?
I'm
Are
great.
you kidding me? How
Now,
incompetent are you?
now,
How
nine.
incompetent are you?
You are not free to leave.
You haven't had that body cam on. You got 15 minutes then.
Yeah, he actually
That's
did.
what you got.
901.151
You
says
got
I don't got to give you ID unless I'm in the commission of a crime, sir.
36
Okay?
PM. You got 15 minutes, bro. So now this is going to be on the news. What happened over here? Because this will be on the news tonight.
Well, what's funny is we actually came here to go look at brakes. We see this. This is what we do for a living, so we pull out our phones. It's our First Amendment right to do so. And also what we do for a living is we don't give ID if we didn't commit a crime, because 901.151 states I don't have to give my ID unless I'm in the commission of a crime. Now let's see if this officer has sense in her head. How are you doing, ma'am? What is your name and badge number?
Well, we don't have badge numbers.
All right, thank you for identifying.
Yes, no, just deputy.
Now,
I believe my partner's briefing the supervisor.
Perfect.
do you have a sergeant or somebody we can speak with?
They
I just
are
explained that
handling
to your
something
buddy
right
over
now.
here.
Yeah,
I know, I'm talking.
they're handling something right now. They have to handle this first.
Good?
Okay?
We're good? Can we leave?
Yeah, what about my brakes? We came here to get brakes, man.
So we're free to
The
go.
store's not shut. The
We're
store's
no
not
longer
shut.
Detained. He detained us.
I'm undetaining you right now.
Are you?
You're undetaining me? On what
You're
grounds did
no-
you detain us?
your possible
What crime?
involvement
What
with this
crime?
crime. The crime of the man getting shot in the back.
Oh, so you detained me for that?
No,
You
were
detained
acting
me.
at a time, at a place, not normal. Listen, do you want to hear? You want to hear why I detained you? Okay, the crime of loitering and prowling is being at a time, at a place, not normal. When approached by law enforcement, the subject either flees, refuses to identify himself, or refuses to
So you suspect me of a crime? You're not understanding. You're a loser.
Listen, I explained to you. Sir, you're explaining that.
Hey, go to your crime scene, kick rocks, get away from me, and disengage. Go back to your business. Do your investigation. Hey, my man.
You know,
What's
he's being cool so far. He's being good.
Kick rocks. Hey, get out of here, Baldy. Kick rocks. Go eat crow. What's up, buddy? What are you talking about? This is what I do for a living. That's my free speech.
If anything,
listen to me.
Kick rocks for a living. That's what I say. Kick rocks, and they go. Kick rocks. Kick rocks. So, just kick rocks. I'll do what I want. I'm gonna go buy brakes. Kick rocks. So they came up wanting ID, and we schooled them on the ID law 901.151. These cops are tyrants. They don't even know the law, guys. So we're gonna stay out here and keep eyes on these cops.
He stood his ground, and it wasn't until I made him call you to deal with it until he backed down.
So anyway,
and he should have known better. I mean,
so y'all are getting a lawsuit for false detainment, and what's his name and badge number? Boss, what's his name and badge number? Don't worry, we'll get it. So what district is this? We're going to Pinellas County, Sheriff. Tyrants, you won't tell us the district you work for?
In the U.S., folks have the right to record in public places like sidewalks and buildings. This right is protected by the First Amendment, which allows free speech and helps keep police accountable. So there was this situation where two people were recording near a crime scene. The police showed up and asked for their IDs, but they refused to hand them over. The police ended up detaining them, saying that recording near a crime scene is illegal. But here's the thing, the police couldn't legally take their IDs. Recording in public is usually fine even near a crime scene as long as it doesn't interfere with the police. The Fourth Amendment protects us from being detained or searched without a good reason. Cops need a valid reason to demand someone's ID, like suspecting them of a crime. In this case, it seems like the police overstepped their boundaries. Detaining people just for recording in public and demanding their IDs without a solid reason goes against their rights. Police should respect these rights to maintain trust with the public and act within the law. In a nutshell, people have the right to record in public without being unlawfully detained or forced to show their IDs. Police should be trained to respect these rights to ensure fairness and justice. We chat about this stuff all the time, and this clip is the ultimate proof that law enforcement officers will say just about anything to try and control you, often crossing the line and violating your constitutional rights. Remember, cops need a legit reason, like reasonable suspicion or probable, because before they can even think about stopping you and demanding your act. If there's no reasonable suspicion of criminal activity, it's a blatant violation of the Fourth Amendment, which protects us against unreasonable searches and seizures. Seeing an officer spin a web of lies to intimidate Danke, that's not just shady, it's a serious abuse of power. Cops making up bogus claims about warrants or non-existent laws to justify their demands is a trick we should never fall for. In this clip, you can see the officer had no choice but to back down. The idea that cops have to ID and document every interaction with citizens is a policy, not a law. This kind of behavior is pure harassment and intimidation, not real law enforcement, and it has no place in any police department across the country. We need to stay vigilant and informed about our rights. This isn't just about avoiding trouble. It's about standing up for justice and ensuring that police are held accountable for their actions. If we let these shady practices slide, we're allowing the erosion of our rights and the principles of fairness and justice. So let's keep sharing these clips, keep educating ourselves and others, and keep pushing for a policing system that respects our rights and our dignity.
Sure. Can I put my gloves on if you're going to make me have my hands out of pocket?
I still like gloves.
I'm not armed. Cars? We're going to take pictures of cars, take pictures of buildings.
May I ask why?
It's just a government building complex. It's interesting. I don't see stuff like this where I'm from.
Where are you from?
South Texas.
You don't see buildings like this in South Texas?
No, we don't have stuff like this. It's different. We don't put all our government complex like this. We don't put it all in one spot, so it's different.
Well, this area is there's children over here in this area that's not permitted to be filmed.
Okay.
We won't film those children.
Yeah, we're not interested in any kids.
Pictures of government buildings that really makes me nervous. Other than just the interesting fact that it's not really a legitimate reason. So, do you have any IDs or anything on you as far as, are you with a government agency or anything like that? Or
We're not. I mean, we're not doing anything wrong. This is publicly funded buildings. We're just here to take photographs and see if there's anything interesting here. We got the Fallen Officers Memorial out front. You know, this is kind of funny because it's an education building, but the clock doesn't work. I mean, it's just silly stuff like that. We're not here to harm anybody. We're not looking for kids. We're just taking pictures. It's just public photography. I didn't care. I didn't think I needed it here.
You don't have any IDs on you at all?
I haven't done anything wrong. I mean, do I need to identify myself if I haven't done anything wrong?
I mean, if I want to make sure that you're not a wanted person or a felon, then I have that legal right to do so.
Well, I'm not wanted by anybody.
Tell you what, guys, this is, let's wrap up our business. I know you're videoing, and that's fine. My name's Lieutenant Bill Miller, Tennessee Highway Patrol. So let's wrap up your business, get what pictures you need. This is a little out of the ordinary and normal for us here.
Well, out of the ordinary is not against the law.
We've had problems with vehicles being broken into and vandalized.
Okay.
So therefore, yes, we take things very cautiously around here.
No, and I understand that. Yeah, we're not breaking any cars. We're walking around with cameras. We're in plain view. We're not making any effort to hide ourselves or conceal ourselves or what we're doing.
Let me make a phone call and make some folks aware of your presence being out here.
Okay. And if you'll point out any areas that are specifically off limits, you know, that'd be fine.
No, you are 100% correct. This is a public access area.
Okay.
But you do have to understand, after 9/11, heightened alert, things are touchy as far as people taking pictures of
people participating in their constitutional rights.
As far as people taking pictures of government entities, government buildings, and taking pictures of vehicles, it makes us a little nervous.
Well, if you look at the article 139, it's Tennessee.
Hello, gentlemen. How are y'all?
I've also got another gentleman on the way, or another trooper.
I'm Lieutenant Lund with Highway Patrol, and you're making pictures on a state property, and we'll need to see some ID. You're welcome to make pictures.
I'm not with your CID.
I need to see your ID. Identification. You're on state property, and we're allowed to ID people on state property. So I'll need to see some ID, okay?
And if we decline, we're going to ask us to leave.
Is there a reason you don't want us to know who you are?
I just like to have my privacy respected. I haven't done anything wrong. I haven't broken any law.
You've come on state property, and we're allowed to ask you for
Which is
ID.
open to the public.
Correct. But you're allowed to be ID. So I will need to see some identification. We're not trying
identification state.
We are an identification state.
We're not an identification state.
If you come on state property, we're allowed to ask you for ID.
You're allowed to ask, doesn't mean I have to give it.
So I'm going to need to have your ID. Is there a reason y'all are wanting to have a confrontation today?
I'm not trying to have a confrontation, man. We're doing everything we can. We're doing everything we can to de-escalate this, okay? But still to have our...
There's no escalation.
There's no escalation.
We're just asking for ID.
I did escalate now, and now there's 3 of y'all.
Okay, if you let me speak.
Sure.
We just want our privacy respected. That's all.
Understand.
All right, we're not here. We're not breaking the law. We're not going into private areas. We're not here doing anything wrong. We're just taking pictures of publicly funded buildings.
And you're on state property, and we're asking for your ID.
And
there are things that are normal in everyday life, and there's things that are normal. As you see, the things that have happened in Texas, all law enforcement just tries to take precautions to protect everyone. The employees here, and you, us, all the citizens, we just want to have an ID.
So why are you trying to hide?
Names. That's all we're asking. That's all we're asking. That's all we're asking. We try and keep the public and citizens safe. We try and keep state employees safe. There are 2 schools here. These children, we have to try and protect them. And if you don't want to tell us who you are, that's suspicious. I've told you who I was. It's suspicious. But there are 2 schools right here. You're right in front of one of them. The other one's right behind this building.
So
they're not marked.
So what's your reasonable articulable suspicion that I have, or am I about to commit the crime?
I don't know that, but I'd like to run your ID to see if you have any warrants, to see if that there's a reason I should worry about the safety of the children in the state.
We didn't even know the kids are here. There's no sign.
In shootings. We don't want that to happen. You're not wanting to give us any ID, and we've got schools here with children.
Okay.
So I would really like to see your ID, please.
I'm going to respectfully decline.
Okay, sir.
I don't understand why you need to have my ID.
Because children are the utmost safety to the Tennessee law enforcement across this country. They're our main concern.
We haven't posed any threat to them.
I don't know that you're not going to, sir. The fact that you won't give me your ID makes me think that these children are in danger.
Okay.
They are my utmost concern.
There is nothing here that indicate any children were here.
I don't know that, sir. I don't know where your vehicle's at. I don't know if you have arsenal in there. I don't know.
That's not what he said.
I say there's nothing here that indicates there are children here. We had no idea there are children here.
Yes,
All
sir.
we're doing is we came over here because the clock, it says educational nutrition. We came over here because the clock is wrong. It's kind of funny to have an education building that has the wrong time
There's
on
signs all through here that say there's schools
We
here.
came from over there.
There's signs that say this is school property.
I didn't
There
see
are
any
signs all over.
I have yet to see a sign.
These children are my utmost concern.
Well, we're not interested in the kids.
I don't know that, sir. I don't know that you're not interested in children, but I'm worried about those children.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I've just told you that we're not
feelings.
here for the kids. We're here specifically for the...
Show me that you're not here for the children. Show me your ID. So
That doesn't tell you what I'm here for.
I can make sure you don't have warrants or there's no reason you can't be within so many feet of a school. I don't know that until I check it, sir. But these children are my concern.
I don't have any warrants. I'm not wanted anywhere.
I don't know that, sir, because you won't even tell me your name.
So it's pretty much being guilty before,
No, sir, it's not.
Okay.
It's being precautious because we have children that lives could be in danger. I don't know that. You won't tell me who you are.
Your lives can be in danger going to the grocery store.
But they're not going to be on danger in school grounds if we can help it. We don't want children to be in danger anywhere in this nation or anywhere in this country. And as law enforcement officers, we have a sworn oath to protect people. And we're going to do that.
Yes,
all I'm asking you for is your ID.
First and foremost, your obligation to your oath is to protect my civil rights. That was the first part of the oath you swore.
And it's not illegal for me to ask you for your driver's license, sir.
All right.
I haven't broken the
I'll
law
make this
here.
easy. I'll make this easy for you.
I haven't broken the law either.
I'll make this easy for you. Are we being detained?
I'm asking you for your license.
Am I being detained?
I'm asking you for your license.
Okay,
sir.
you're not answering my question.
I'm asking you for your license.
I'm going to assume that I'm not being detained. I'm just going to walk off. We'll just go on about our business and do it that way. You know, you guys get tied up here for nothing. We're not here breaking the law. We're not here to harm anybody. It's a public complex. We're just here to take
pictures. That you're not trying to hurt these children. I'm not here to hurt children.
Neither am I. Prove to me. You're the one with the gun, not me.
Let me run your name for warrants and see if there's any reason that you can't be near school grounds.
There's nothing. There's nothing.
I don't know that, sir.
And as I explained to him,
give me the opportunity to show that.
As I explained to him, you're going to generate a suspicious activity report.
No, I'm not.
He is. He is. He's already said he is. You're going to take that information. You're going to send it over to the Fusion Center. They're going to generate a report on me to Homeland Security. We end up on the terrorist watch list because we walk around and take pictures in public.
No, sir, that's not how the Fusion Center works.
That is exactly how it works.
That's not how it works, because I'm the Homeland Security Lieutenant for the Nashville District.
Okay.
And that's not how the reports work, because I deal with them every day.
Okay.
All I'm going to do is run your name and your driver's license number to see if you have any warrants or you have anything in the computer that shows you can't be near a school. All right. If he wants to do a SAR report, let me tell you where that goes. It says on this date and time you went to a property that was state employees, schools,
I know what it
and made photos. That's all it says. It doesn't go anywhere else.
It goes a lot farther.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
Okay.
And you're not going on a terrorist watch list. Just let me check.
Okay. So you're not detaining us. You're not detaining us. I'm just going to go on about my business. Okay. I'm sorry if I've hurt your feelings. It's not my intention.
You haven't hurt my feelings.
Okay,
I'm worried about these children, and I think the nation should be worried about these children because we don't know if somebody in a hood with glasses hiding their face.
I'm not hiding my face.
You are.
I can clearly see his face.
My face is not hidden. The hood is on because I'm cold. I'm not from here. Okay. I let this guy take my picture. Matter of fact, we all did. We're not hiding anything.
He keeps running when he was.
He didn't a minute ago.
He did run.
He was over here with us, letting. You can ask him. He'll tell you.
Why are you opposed to making?
I want my privacy respected.
If you had children in that school and somebody else was here, wouldn't you want to know that we did everything possible to make sure nobody's a threat to these children?
It's perfectly acceptable to do an FI.
Yeah.
And I'll need your name and your address and your phone number and
That does not.
date of birth, that's a FI.
Yeah.
They're called field information cards, and they're field interviews, and you do get information on field interviews. And you said it's acceptable to do that, so let me.
It's acceptable to do
Help
an
me
FI,
that.
but I do not have to consent to anything.
So help me do that. You said to do one.
I said it's perfectly acceptable. It doesn't mean I have to go along with it.
Let's talk for a second.
All right.
Yeah.
Lieutenant. Since you are refusing to follow the request, we are asking you to leave the property. So we're going to follow you to your vehicle.
Get you off our property.
Okay. You assume our vehicle's parked on the property, so.
So
All right, we're gonna
follow you off the property.
We'll escort you off the property.
That's fine. You don't even have to do that.
And
You
we're
can sit here and watch us.
gonna
We'll walk
tell you
straight
don't
to the
come
road.
back to these children.
I'm not interested in the children. We're not here for the
We're not going to
kids.
stay there all day. So
Okay.
you want to leave,
So
Let's go.
we'll go ahead and go, and that's fine.
Hey there. So let's talk about the right to take photos in public. It's protected by the First Amendment, which covers freedom of speech and the press. This means people can gather information, which is super important in a democracy. The Supreme Court says places like streets, sidewalks, and parks are public spaces where you can do things like take photos. In this situation, the journalists were doing something totally protected by the Constitution. Now, when the officer asks for their eyes, we need to look at the Fourth Amendment, which protects us from unreasonable searches and seizures. The Supreme Court's decision in Terry v. All says police can stop and briefly hold someone if they have a good reason to think they're involved in a crime. But just taking pictures doesn't automatically make someone suspicious. So asking for ID without any solid reason is pretty questionable. Sure, cops need to be careful about security, especially around important buildings, which makes sense. But they also need to respect our rights. Courts have said that general security worries can't override constitutional rights unless there's specific evidence of a threat, thanks to the city of Indianapolis v. Edmund case. In this incident, the officer's broad security reasons didn't cut it against the journalist's First Amendment rights. Journalists' refusal to show it is backed by the protections in Hybel v. 6th Judicial District Court of Nevada. The Supreme Court said people must identify themselves if police have reasonable suspicion of a crime, but without such laws of suspicion, you can say no to showing your ID. The officers worry that photos could be used for bad purposes doesn't hold up constitutionally. It's a valid concern, but it doesn't justify stopping people from taking photo. The principle of prior restraint from near v. Minnesota says the government can't stop speech or expression before it happens except in extreme cases. So just thinking photos might be misused isn't enough to stop lawful photography. Court decisions like Glick v. Cunniff v. First Circuit, Mavanan Smith v. City of Cumming 11th Circuit, 2000 support the right to record public officials in public places. These rulings emphasize the importance of keeping an eye on government activities, which is super relevant here. Thanks for watching. This encounter really highlights the ongoing tension between public photography rights and law enforcement duties. It's a tricky issue with no easy answers. What do you think about the officer's action? Were they justified or did they overstep? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more thought-provoking content. This guy's having a tough time and he mentions he's homeless. Officer Hendricks gets a call from the hotel, but that doesn't give him the right to ignore the man's Fourth Amendment right. Hendricks accuses the guy of illegally dumping, but it turns out to be false when he checks the man's ID. The supervisor jumps in all aggressive too, making things worse. This whole ordeal could have been resolved with a simple request for the man to leave. But instead, Hendricks escalated it into something arrestable. This kind of scenario seems to happen way too often because cops often aren't adequately trained in the laws that protect people. Their focus tends to lean more towards the laws that benefit them. They can quote laws that give them authority to pull you out of a car. But when it comes to laws that protect citizens' rights, they can sometimes be clueless. Cops sometimes use intimidation tactics to push boundaries and violate rights. And if you don't comply, they can resort to extreme measures. It's crucial to know your rights and always consider recording police interaction. The First Amendment grants freedoms of speech, press, religion, assembly, and petition. The Fourth Amendment protects against unreasonable searches and seizures. It's surprising how frequently cops seem unfamiliar with these fundamental rights, even though they're entrusted with guns and badges. Knowing and asserting your rights can prevent misunderstandings and protect against abuse of power. Encounters like this highlight the importance of citizen awareness and legal protection. Instances where officers overstep boundaries often stem from a lack of clear understanding or disregard for constitutional safeguards. The emphasis in police training should be on respecting civil liberties while ensuring public safety. Officers need comprehensive training not only in enforcement but also in upholding the rights that form the foundation of our democracy. As we follow this case, let's remember that transparency and accountability are vital in maintaining trust between law enforcement and the community. Upholding constitutional rights benefits everyone involved, fostering a safer and more just society. It's on all of us to stay informed, assert our rights respectfully, and advocate for fair treatment under the law.